thank every single one of you for coming out here and hearing about the company. To recap what Damien said, someone asked me the other day, they said, how does this business model work? And I said, well, it's real simple. We market a challenge that helps people get their health back, whether they want to lose weight or put on some lean muscle mass. And they said, well, do you know if it works or not? Or how do you know that it works, right? That's a natural thing that people ask you. I go, well, I took the products too, and I was 218 pounds, and I'm now down to like 191, 192 something. Now, some of you are saying, well, 218 to 191, that's not a lot of weight, right? That's not a massive amount. But if you factor in the amount of body fat that I lost, and the muscle I was able to add to the products, and and I pretty much maintained the same exact lifestyle I had prior to that, with the exception of the fact that I had a kid in April, so I guess there is some excuse built into the weight I was carrying. But nonetheless, the products work, and as a result of being on this Body by Vine 90-day challenge, I was able to get down to 191. I'm in the best shape I think I've ever been in my life. And I thought, I'd started believing that I was getting to an age where the best shape of my life was no longer possible. That happens, right? You get this, Michael Jordan retired at what age? 30-something, right? And I'm kind of, thinking, well, I'm no longer going to be able to be a pro, athlete or anything like that. And so I got to this point where, it started rounding out here, and and I just got used to it, the pants being a little too tight, or having a section of clothes in my closet that I can't wear, but I keep because I still want to wear someday. You guys know what I'm talking about? The ones that the moth get, Like I got these suits that I was like, I'm not throwing them away. They were too expensive, but and then I started thinking, I'm never getting in those things again. And next thing you know, they get to like the Goodwill pile. I started believing that, and I took the challenge. I started taking our products religiously, our shake product and our cookies that we recently launched in November, and I got some huge results. So number one, the reason why I know it works is because, one, I'm a testament to it, and I meet with testaments to that across the country day in and day out. People that have lost as much as 70 pounds in 90 days. I mean, we heard stories of people that lost 30 pounds, 40 pounds. Now, you think about that. What is 40 pounds? Right? What is that? Think of a pound of fat like a grapefruit. And imagine carrying 40 grapefruit around that you don't need to all day. Right? That wouldn't be fun. Right? Now, your body is an interesting thing, right? It's having to focus its energy on serving the entire body. So the more fat you have, the more energy you're sending to your fat cells. And so the more fat you carry, the less energy that you have. You also have you're more prone to hypertension, more prone to nutrition-related diseases, more prone to injury. I used to throw out my lower back. I don't know, by a show of hands, any men in here ever throw out your lower back? It is like the worst. If you told me, Ryan, you'll never throw out your lower back again, but you have to give me your pinky finger. At one point in time, I'd have said, deal, take it, right? Because the lower back, the way I threw it out anyways, it was like, painkillers, bedridden for days, shooting pains for months afterward. It was terrible. I had not realized how bad the quality of my life had deteriorated right in front of me without me understanding. That's the way it works. The human body's we're so adaptable. We can adapt to poor diets, poor nutrition, poor environment. We can inhale smoke all of our lives. We can adapt, and then one day we break. And when we break, it's a major way, right? It takes a lot to knock down a human body. But it breaks through a heart attack, or it breaks through some sort of event. And then what happens when that happens? Well, then we go to the doctor, and we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on medical insurance and health insurance. And for those of us who are insured, right? For those of us who aren't insured, we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxpayer money getting fixed because we're broken, right? I mean, it's pretty simple. If you look at all the people that we're insuring with this new tax bill, and I'm not here to talk politics, but generally it's people who have neglected their body, whether willfully or they're uneducated, for a period of time, and as a result of that neglect, their body's broken, and now they need help. Now, my opinion is we should help broken people. I mean, our society has enough, billions and trillions of dollars. Let's help the wounded, but let's prevent them from getting wounded in the first place, right? That's what us entrepreneurs do. See, we solve major systemic problems. Like once upon a time, there was a guy who used to ride a horse. I know this because I read it in history. I wasn't around back then. It was in the early 1900s. And if I understand it, he started experimenting with this automobile. And then he came up with this idea that he would create these automobiles in one color and put them on a thing called an assembly line. And people laughed him out of out of his town, and he went and relocated to a place called Michigan, and he created this thing called the Model T factory. And then eventually he started producing in mass these cars, and now we're at a car dealership with multiple colors, but all produced on the very same assembly line concept that this crazy entrepreneur did. Well, what was the problem that he fixed? The problem was that you couldn't manufacture an automobile efficiently to give to most individuals. And then the other problem that he had is most people were on horses like he was, right? And that wasn't very fast or efficient. And there's countless times. In fact, 104 years ago, April 18th, there was an earthquake in this area, right? San Francisco earthquake. And, there was a major issue. No one could do business. The banks, were being looted, banks were being burned down, and one entrepreneur shows up with a boatload of cash, and he starts loaning it out to small business people. And small business people then returned it dutifully because they were so grateful for it. And as a result of that, they went and built their businesses, and they banked with the Bank of Italy, which later became the Bank of America, right? So you look at these kind of simple solutions to major big problems, and that's what us entrepreneurs do. The reason why I went into that great detail is because really what Visalus is a solution to a big systematic problem, and that is, we shouldn't have health care, we should have health care prevention. And we should be educating people, whether they be 80 or they be 8 years old, on the subject of health. And that's what we do here in Visalus. And that's how you earn a living with us as an entrepreneur. You get on the 90-day challenge, you get your health in good gear, and as you're getting your health in good gear, you're telling everyone else about it. And the other thing is, the reason why our company is growing so fast and being so successful right now is because you're more likely, and I witness this firsthand, to achieve a health goal if someone in your family is doing it with you, right? So, Casey, when she had the baby, unfortunately, she put on some weight. Now, I know she tried to do everything she could not to put it on, but she put on some weight, right? And Casey used to be a model, right? She was a Deal or No Deal and Miss Oklahoma, and she was used to having the perfect physique, right? That was her thing. And, as you get older and you have a baby, it's not easy. She wasn't one of those people that was just, that you read about like in Us Weekly, where they're like, she had the baby, and 2.5 weeks later, she's down 80 pounds. Like, you guys ever notice that stuff? Like, I don't know how they do that, but they do it. It wasn't the case. So she thought that it would just magically evaporate because she had read about all the other models like Giselle and all these girls who have the baby, and it's like the next day they're doing a photo shoot in a bikini, right? And it didn't. And then I started this Body by Vi challenge, right? And she's like, yeah, Ryan, you do your thing, blah, blah, blah. And I started getting some results. Well, guess what happened? Next thing you know, she's like, well, he's getting way too skinny. I got to catch up. So next thing you know, she's doing the 90-day challenge, and she's taking the shakes. And then guess what happens? She gets on Facebook, and she posts. And this is the most marketing post I've ever seen. It says, hey, girls, I want to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to dye my hair. Looking forward to the new me, or something like that, right? Very marketing. Very marketing savvy. Not at all. And then all of a sudden, 27 people comment on this post. What are you doing? I'll do it with you. What kind of products? What's this 90-day challenge? I mean, I watched it, and I didn't even ask her. I mean, I've been begging her to help market.